Hi guys, and welcome back to Pass and Move. And for today's episode, we've got a great game away from home in our Parma series against Mantova. It is still the Serie C, and as you can see from the little previous meetings here, we seem to struggle against this team. Really, a draw and a loss. And I think Luca Prina was the manager in both of those games. But anyways, either way, we are top of the league at 18 points. Not really much of a gap between us and the second place teams. But yeah, we do have a healthy 8 points gap between us and the 11th spot. Actually, 10 points, sorry. 11th spot where we would drop out of the promotional spots. Of course, the expectations from the board are only to reach a playoff spot, so for us to be in first place is a really good job, of course. The preseason expectations in terms of the media were that we will end up in first spot, as you can see here. So it seems like we're meeting the media expectations and exceeding the board expectations. So everything's going really well so far. But then again, it's only been 7 games. And today will be the 8th, and we'll see what will happen today. But before that, let's just quickly go through what's happened since that first episode, which is the first game of the season against Samban Detesse. We did play against Santar Cangelo. A 2-1 win away from home was always good. And of course, all 3 goals coming in the first half of the game. And pretty sure we deserved this one. It was pretty even in terms of the match stats, but yeah, we did create more in terms of clear-cut chances and half chances. So to win with more possession of the ball, and it's pretty pleasing. In the end of the day, it was a good game, and the scorers, as you can see here, are Pasquale Mazzacchio and Michele Marconi, who is, of course, getting his first chance to actually lead the line from the start. He's an actual first teamer now in comparison to last season where he wasn't really a first choice. And yeah, I thought he would go on to take advantage of that, but he hasn't really. And the next game against Albino Leffe, we won 1-0 away from 1-0 at home, sorry, and Emmanuel Callio being the goal scorer in the 35th minute. We managed to hold on until the end of the game. Then we had to face off against our rivals, Modena. Away from home was a tough game, and it proved so as our winner only came through Marco Modolo in the 91st minute. They also managed to score in a penalty given away, and I can't actually remember who gave it away, but either way, 2-1 win. And considering we were kind of dominated here, it's a really good result. And let me see if I can quickly show you the 91st minute winner here, if it loads, of course. but yeah, late winners are always a pleasure to see, and it was through a set piece here. Modulo rises above all in a very crowded box. And we win the game in injury time. But what followed that was a very disappointing result in comparison to the previous game. We did lose to Ascoli 2-1 at home, and they drew first blood. Emmanuel Callio managed to equalise through a penalty, but unfortunately David Caius made things difficult for us with the 60th minute winner. But we made amends against one of the tougher teams in the division, a 2-1 win away from home against Bassano, and they managed to draw first blood as well as, of course, dominating proceedings, as you can see here. But we did manage to score 2 goals within the span of about 10 minutes through Michele Marconi and Felice Evacchio, one of the older players of the squad, and certainly on the decline, but he's proving that his experience and class remains as he's managed to score off the bench. But yeah, 84th minute winner, always a pleasure again, and pushing on to more attacking mentalities has helped us in the last few minutes of games. It's only sometimes where it actually backfires. Most times you actually get paid, you get rewarded basically for those kind of risks that you take. And as you can see here, just a really dominating performance from Bassano as well. We didn't have as many shots on targets. We did create the only clear-cut chance of the game, so I guess you could say we somewhat deserved the result. In terms of half chances, they definitely dominated that as well as possession. Either way, next game after that was against Lumazane, and a 2-0 win away at home. Sorry, is pretty much tells its own story. Goal in the first half and goal in the second half, late in both halves. But either way, 2-0 win, and couldn't ask for more. Against Mantova, though, it's going to be a very tough game, and let's definitely just get into it here. Just a few updates in terms of injuries and suspensions. Alessandro Marchi picking up too many yellow cards, 5 in the Italian Serie C, and he's going to be suspended for today's game. I think it's only one game, and it should be. But yeah, Pascal Mazzocchi, the first team right midfielder, is unfortunately injured for a while here. It says between 10 days to 3 weeks, but I think he was actually injured for a little longer. Okay, apparently it takes 3 weeks in total. I'm not sure if that's actually correct. But either way, 3 weeks he's out. So no, it's not Sparati, sorry, it's Franzoi, the guy who's playing right away. The regen, Leonardo Franzoi, who's really expected to become a key member of the first team. Obviously a youngster and 16 years of age, but he's going to improve definitely without a doubt, and he's going to get the chance to actually become a first team player for us. As you can see here, he is suited for the league, so it's only onwards and upwards from here, and hopefully it is upwards. But either way, let's get into today's game. We'll talk more about who started in just a moment, and we'll also get a chance to see who's favourites for today's game. I think the media will always favour us. The odds are in our favour, and the odds expert, I guess you could call him, thinks that a draw is on the cards. So obviously a tough game here, and we will need to perform well here. As you can see, our key man is Federico, who's created 6 goals in 7 appearances in the Italian Serie C, and that doesn't of course include the one he created in the Italian Cup. So he's really been one of our best buys, and he is valued at 675k, and that pretty much tells its own story. As you can see here, he is a leading player for most Serie B sides, so he is one of our best players in the squad without a doubt, and he's proving so. But either way, Mantova playing with a 4-3-3 formation, so they'll definitely have the possession advantage as well as an advantage in the midfield. Hopefully we can overcome that, and yeah, definitely should be telling my players we owe Mantova after the last result, which was a loss. Past meetings haven't proved to be too pleasant for my side, but hopefully this will prove to be pleasant, and we're going to get a nice little intro to the game here. But I think I'll just go ahead and skip it. You're going to get, a nice little look here. But either way, it's Mantova who kick off the ball here at home. Stadium's decently filled out, I guess, for a Serie C side. You can't really expect it to be full completely. But yeah, without a doubt, whoever's attending will get to see an incredible game. And hopefully we'll get to see one too, in terms of plenty of highlights. But unfortunately, so far, it's 20 minutes here. And it looks like the game's pretty even in terms of no clear highlights. But we are looking quite poor, losing out in terms of possession. We haven't had a single shot, let alone a shot on target, so things aren't looking too good for us, as David Giorgino has picked up a booking as well, and it is Mantova who bring the ball forward here in the first highlight of the game. It's an incredible through ball to Gioloni, and thankfully Skrosta gets in the way of the ball there. Yeah, these names are really tough to say, but either way, we deal with the corner quite well, but they will get another chance to put the ball into the box. Instead, it's Square to Mira, who takes a shot, and that is charged down by Vecchio, and it will just be a throw-in for Mantova. The home team stepping up their efforts in terms of trying to get a goal. Hopefully we can hold on until... Okay, God knows why Aguiar just did that 2-leg tap. I'm pretty sure he's going to get sent off now. And yeah, he's sent off. That is a shocking tackle without a doubt. In the key game here, one of our best players in the club, and he just does something incredibly stupid there. Unfortunately for Davis Curiel, he will be the player to be sacrificed. He is advanced forward, so it doesn't really make sense to blame. We need a Vecchio to bring players into the game in terms of holding the play while we try and counter still. I won't go quite into contain just yet, still early. Maybe we might still have a chance here, and we will bring Carlo Di Riccio as the box-box midfielder in replacement to Daniel Aguiar. It's really disappointing. I think he's a Serie B player as well. He is a Serie B player, and he's just done something incredibly stupid in the Serie C. Either way, it looks like we're going to have to stay on the counter mentality. It's unlikely that we'll, really go any higher than that now in terms of attacking or pushing up our wingers as we normally do in our series. Thankfully, Ichazio's dealt with that quite well, or Ikazo. But yeah, not pleasant whatsoever, and it looks like, with one shot in the whole of the first half, it at least seems unlikely and that we will get any sort of result here. A draw would not be too bad away from home with a man down, and maybe we can still hold on to our top spot position. But yeah, I should just definitely tell my players there's no pressure to get a result today. It just makes sense not to put any expectations on them since they're a man down. Just let them relax a little bit. Not be too nervous or anything like that, and hopefully they can still go out and perform. As you can see here, the immediate response from Mantova is to go more attacking instead of a 4-3-3 with a defensive midfield. They've gone 4-2-3-1 with an attacking midfield, of course, and that forces us to respond by tightly marking. They've even made 2 substitutions. They really want this, but yeah, it does force us to go tightly mark their attacking midfielder, as he can easily expose our 4-4-2 with 2 centre mids. It's not actually a 4-4-2 anymore, but either way, we are playing on the counter, and we still haven't really managed to create anything significant of note. And Vako doing his bit in terms of winning headers, but ball's just bouncing about everyone's heads now. But Mantova will get the final say in the matter, and Gasperi is going to have a chance here to, well, I was going to say to play something special, but instead he plays all the way back to a goalkeeper, and it seems to me that Mantova are playing a little bit more sensible, considering we're playing on the counter. It looks like they're going for a little bit more possession-based style of play, and as you can see, they're knocking the ball about fantastically well here. And Marquis has a really good chance to, give Mantova the lead, but he, instead of running with the ball, he decides to go for a first-time shot, and that ends up quite well for us there. And it looks like we have a chance to make some substitutions here. As you can tell, Giacomo Ricci having a poor game, so we're going to bring on Nonzella, who's struggled all season. Hopefully off the bench he can do something special, and tempted to take off Ivakio because he is the target man, and sometimes they can make a distance. Kallio doing really well off the bench so far, but it seems to me to make sense to take off David Giorgino, so that we don't get another red card. Unfortunately, there's no one really on the bench for him here, as his backup player is the one that's been suspended for today's game. So I think I'll just take off Ivakio for Kallio, go with something a little bit more risky, and hopefully it will pay off. Nanzella and Kallio, hopefully you boys can do something special. But with just one shot on target, not even on target, it's just one shot. It really seems unlikely that my team will do anything significant here, and as the clock ticks down, we can only hope for a draw away from home. And it looks like Mantova, well, I was going to say, can't do anything special, but it looks like they'll get a chance through the corner, and thankfully we've dealt with that incredibly well. And 10 minutes going here, it makes sense to just go on contain really soon. I'm just giving it a little bit more time here. I probably should have done it. I probably should have gone contain now, and that's just the panic setting in. Marquis, there you go, scoring for his team, and I think our immediate response has to be to switch to an attacking. Now that we've lost the result, it just makes no more sense to stay on the counter. We have to try and go all out here, and we'll get another chance to see this replay. I forgot it was set on replays, but anyways, look at that. Look at that, completely free with 4 defenders in the box, and goalkeeper probably could have done a little bit better there, but it is an incredible header, and Marquis setting his team off. Hopefully not with the 3 points. Maybe we can respond here. I just need to make sure that everything's okay in terms of the attack, and yeah, let's leave it as is here. Let's see if anything can happen. There you go, immediately we get a highlight, and hopefully that is in our favour, not against it. Kallio, can he do something? He almost finds Vico. It would have been a really good ball, but instead it's Mantova on the attacking. It looks like we're really exposed here. Their 4-2-3-1 attacking formation is paying off well for them, and that's their second. And I know it won't make much of a difference now, but we might as well go overload and send everyone on the attack. You never know. Football's a crazy game. But yeah, man down, poor result. Doesn't, it's not really too surprising considering how proceedings have gone on so far. But yeah, to lose our top spot is a bit disappointing. I'm only saying so because I assume the 2 teams below me have won their games too, and But yeah, still early days. Obviously, you can regain that. But with only 2 shots, it's been a poor performance, regardless of us having a man down. You know, we were having a poor game before our player got sent off. But Daniel Aguirre really just letting everyone down. Then, as you can see, it looks like they actually might have a third here, and that's exactly what happens. And hopefully the ref will just blow the whistle now at this point. With 4 clear-cut chances and 3 half chances, Mantova definitely the more deserving side of this game. And you know, just poor defending, and again goalkeeper just, I guess, poor goalkeeping for the Serie B. Goalkeeper is again disappointing. But yeah, that's been the theme of this game, and the ref should blow his whistle any second now. That's exactly what he does. 3-0 loss. You know, it's bound to happen. We haven't really drawn any games so far. We've won all our games and lost 2. Now my assistant thinks we should tell them that it's been a poor game. I think I agree. Despite it being a man down, it's been pretty disappointing. We didn't look like we were going to do anything significant here. Thankfully, all the games have been played and we've only dropped down to 3rd position. We are in line with the same points as everyone else. It seems like it's been a pretty poor weekend for everyone, not just our team. So it looks like we can still go ahead of everyone in the next game. Our goal difference really just not helping us out here. The 2 teams there above us haven't lost any games, but they've drawn 3. So thankfully not too much damage this loss, and we're going to be playing Flaminia in the next game, who are 17th, so hopefully that should help us bounce back right away. But you never really know, do you? That's the crazy game of football for you. But anyways, as always, we should be back within 7 games time, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. Pordenone seem to be a really interesting team to play. As you can see here, we're playing Terama, Pordenone. They are 1st and 2nd at the moment, but we don't know what will happen by the time we meet them. But yeah, we will show the you know, the episode will be the team that is more significant playing in. It really depends on where we are as well. We might end up playing Venetia instead because they're in 4th position. But yeah, tough set of fixtures here in October and November, late October, early November. But let's see how the season goes on. We do of course have the Serie C Cup, but we won't be showing that unless we actually progress quite far in there. Yeah, I think that's the only cup competition we have this season. But yeah, as always, I think that'll be all for today. So if you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and subscribe for more daily Football Manager content. And once again, thank you guys for watching.